Hey, it's been a hot second. Okay, hello, hi. How are we doing? So I got married. I wish I knew how to make confetti fall from the screen, and I'm gonna have to edit this too fast to figure it out. So, hi, I got married. I got married in. If the camera is moving, it's because of my cats. I apologize. I got married in Gatlinburg on September 5th, and it was perfect. That is why. Oh man, is the top of this like. Okay. But this is just something really quick, really short, because I just want to give you guys an update where I am. I said that no matter what, I was uploading a video this week. And I didn't get to record anything while I was in Gatlinburg. I had a small list of ideas, of just like 3 ideas that I had where I could do one of them or all of them or, whatever. Oh, hi, hello. By the way, no Sunny Angel. This is just like 2.0 episode. I don't think this episode's really canon, so there's no Sunny Angel. Instead, these are my little cake toppers. They are the calico critter otters, because I call my husband my otter, my jelly otter. Instead of a Sunny Angel, since we're talking about where I've been, we have my cake toppers to keep us company. And our candle of the day, again, not sponsored by Goose Creek, but we do have banana bread lit. Not sponsored at all by Alani Noom, because I have 4 subscribers. But we have Witch's Brew. I love Witch's Brew, and I appreciate it that they sell it all year round instead of just at Halloween. Really appreciate that. So, what was I saying? I feel like because I want this to be like a quick, short little half episode, that I'm trying to get through it really fast, and it doesn't help that I'm already almost done with the Witch's Brew. So, I guess I just jotted a few quick things down. I had to put it in my personal mode because I keep getting messages. It's like, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's 4 days after the wedding. I'm still getting blown up. And I didn't even have a big wedding. It was only about 20 people, I think. And it was so stressful. I thought having that teeny tiny of a wedding would not be stressful. Let me tell you, I was wrong. And, although there are a lot more people that I wish were there, I'm glad that I did something small, because the teeny tiny size we already had was so stressful. I couldn't imagine doing more. Like, I couldn't imagine even like 50. I think I had 3 things that I had thought about recording and doing. Number 1 was I wanted to go to that Three Bears department general store or whatever, and I rode by it several times. But every time that I rode by it, I was trying to do something for the wedding. I was trying to get something. I was trying to get something from point A to point B. I was trying to go somewhere to get like documents. So I went by it several times, but I never went in. But that was one option. I wanted to go in that Three Bears store that says like Jesus Saves. And when I first saw that, I was kind of concerned. I was just like, I just looked it up. Does it not exist anymore? Is it a Christian store now? Maybe it's always been a Christian store, but it said that they had their own little like you could pay like $3 to feed a bear. Are you kidding me? I wanted to do that for the channel. I didn't get time to because I was doing a wedding. It wasn't a vacation. It was a wedding. So there were so many things I wanted to do in Gatlinburg, and things that I usually do in Gatlinburg that I didn't get to do because wedding. But that's okay. We'll probably be back there next year. So that was one place that I wanted to go to. Now, the second place that I had planned, I did go to, but I did not record it because the time that I went there, it was 8 a.m. and we were trying to get on our way home. I went to Buc-ee's for the first time. It was pretty crazy. It quickly made me as overwhelmed as Walmart does, like especially after we had looked at everything else and me and my husband decided to get some breakfast on the way home. As soon as we got to the breakfast counter, we were like, it's time to go. This is like Walmart overwhelming. But it was really cool, and I got one of the Hey Boo Bucky's Halloween t-shirts. And man, I'm surprised their t-shirts are under $20. Because they could just overcharge and people would still pay. Like, if those shirts were $35, people would still pay for it and they would be making bank. But instead it's under 20, and I kind of appreciate that. And the third thing that I had was a mountain coaster. I've always wanted to do a mountain coaster, but then I kind of doubted if I would be like allowed to film on it because I don't have a GoPro. I also wanted to go to the cat house and Pigeon Forge because the last time I was there, I was like 8. And I wanted to go there again really bad, but again, not enough time. That's okay, because I will go back to Gatlinburg eventually. I love Gatlinburg. But that's why you're getting episode 2.0 instead of something actually cool and fun. I apologize. But to be fair, it was my wedding week and it was so crazy. Oh yeah, Speaking of bears, so my parents ended up seeing my dad. I don't think my dad, I should specify, saw 4 bears while we were in Gatlinburg, and me and my husband saw 2 out of those 4 bears. The first one was the giant 600-pound one that was just walking down the street of downtown Gatlinburg. That would have been on, I guess, probably September 4th. So any footage of like a giant 600-pound black bear just strolling down the strip from September 4th, I saw it. I didn't get footage of it because we were driving by it as it was happening, and my dad was trying to turn around so we could like take a picture and drive by it again. But by the time we got to turn around, I guess I don't know where it went. There was a whole crowd of people with their phones pointing at it when we drove by the first time. But the second time, they just all dispersed like there was never a bear there. And so we don't know where the fuck it went. We were trying to hunt it back down. And then the day after the wedding, there were 2 bears in one day. The first one happened while my husband and I were at lunch. We went to Best Italian. It was awesome. Love their calzones. Highly recommend the one that's just like in the little nook and cranny and not the big fancy one. I like the little nook and cranny one. I think it's just cuter. I might be biased. But we went for lunch there, and while we were at lunch, some of my family were like on the bottom porch of the place where we were staying in a hot tub, and a little cub started like coming up. And we got pictures of that while we were at lunch, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so sad, because I told him over and over we would see a black bear at that cabin. We would see it, and we missed it. Well, later that same day, probably around 2:00, again, the day after the wedding, our wedding was at 2:00. So a literal 24, this is the big one. This is the big story that I have to share from this trip. 24 hours later, I am upstairs packing, and I think it's like my husband, grandfather, father, and grandmother in the living room downstairs, and they said that they heard a knock at the door. Well, everybody that we know is inside. What was that knock? And my dad goes over to the door and is looking through the glass, trying to look down, and he's like, well, I don't see anything. And then he decides to, like, he has it braced to push back and like his foot in the way, and he very slowly peeks open the door. It's a bear. And the bear is like pushing back on the door. They get it closed. My grandmother screams. I come rushing downstairs. There's a bear outside, and it starts fucking with my grandpa's car. Why? Why is it fucking with my grandpa's car? That's a great question. It's because the window was cracked and there were Reese's in it. So the bear's trying to, like, break the window, basically. My dad scares it by banging on the window. Or not the window, the door. And it gets scared away somewhere. And then within all this chaos, which, this is important context, the entire week, my husband has been making fun of people who want to get too close to a bear. He says that they are idiots. That is a 400-pound creature that runs 40 miles per hour and it will maul you without a doubt. And he has been making fun of people who want to get close to the bear on the street and take pictures and just stand there instead of trying to get away. Right? Right? Okay. So then why tell me that the moment that we lose sight of the bear and don't know exactly where it is out there, he's trying to go out there to roll up my grandfather's car window. All week, he has been making fun of people who want to get too close to the bear, who don't realize how dangerous the bear is. And now he's like, I don't know where the bear's at, but I'm going to go out there. You can fix a car, but if we have been married 24 hours and you're about to get killed by a bear. Eventually it came around the side of the house and we went out on the porch and took some pictures. I didn't get to. Here's some that my husband took because I didn't have anything to take pictures with on me. But I couldn't believe that. All week he's been making fun of people who won't be conscious of bears. And he's just like, I'm just gonna go out there and roll up the window real fast. It's no big deal. Fucking incredible. The bear did end up ripping the little sun guard or whatever, the rain guard, I think, that goes on top of the window. The bear did rip off that. And there was also like a little metal plate on the bottom of the front door that also got ripped off. I didn't get a picture of it. I'll see if anyone did. All those bears. And then the fourth bear my dad saw was like getting in the garbage as they were like trying to leave the cabin. So that one not as exciting, but that one where my husband thought that I almost lost my husband within 24 hours of marrying him. So I think that's all the notes I have on the wedding stuff. Again, it was really perfect. I don't know if I'll throw up any pictures or not. I don't know. That's not really my style, you know? That's not my style. So no, you don't get any pictures of the wedding. There were just like a few other little teeny tiny notes that I have on here, right? I want to start branching out into other projects. I want to start getting into more projects that are not just this little internet show, the Fool's Soapbox. I don't want to be known for just doing this. I don't want to do just this. I feel like I'm a very creative person and I like to do artsy things, and that's kind of what I want to start branching out more into. And so today there is a non-TFS, the Full Soapbox. There's a non-internet show video that I am going to begin recording today. Now if the audio on those are bad, I apologize. I'll be using just my camera's audio, and I don't know really how good it is. I've played around with it a little bit, but I don't know. I guess I'll see. I might have to eventually get like a nice actual microphone for the camera when I'm making outside of the space content, you know? Yeah, so I'm gonna begin recording that today. I don't know how long it'll take to make, but this is kind of the stuff that I more want to do, is like which I'll get more into it in episode 3. I don't want to talk too much about it right now. Episode 3 will also have a Sunny Angel unboxing. I recorded the unboxing just in my living room before going to Gatlinburg, and I'm just gonna put it in there probably somewhere around the beginning, because I'm gonna choose one of the Sunnies that I unboxed as the Sunny Angel for the episode. So look forward to that if you like Sunny Angels. And I'm also going to be recording episode 3 at some point this week so that it can be ready for next week on Wednesday. Some of my last little notes that I want to talk about in this half episode is how excited I am for Halloween, and I think I have decided what my costume will be. And yes, I will be recording the process of me making my Halloween costume this year. I'm not gonna say what it is. This is just a little half episode, a little quick update, because I didn't get to record anything at Gatlinburg. this is my video for this week. But hey, now that the wedding's over, I can actually put 100% focus into doing this. Like, I'm not doing this and then also trying to get all this wedding shit done. That was the last big thing that I have for the year. So all my attention can go to this now, and I'm really excited, and that's why and I'm so excited for Halloween. I'm so excited to start working on my costume. I have some ideas that I want to like sketch, and maybe in episode 3 I'll like share some of the sketches. I know I'm going to share my ideas, and I'm going to share what I have officially decided to be. And yeah, I'm just excited for that. And I think I'm really excited for Halloween in general. Like, the temperature is now in the 60s here, and I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. I'm so ready for Halloween. Oh my god. And this has been the most excited that I've been for Halloween in a really long time. In a really, really long time. And I think it's because the reason why I'm so excited for Halloween this year opposed to how I've felt the past few years is because I'm like, okay, the neighborhood that I live in, I used to just visit to hand out candy for my grandparents, but now I'm like actually living in it, and I'm part of the neighborhood, and that means I can take my time decorating, and I can actually decorate, because before we would just throw up a few things because we just had a few hours before trick-or-treat to decorate. Now I live here, and I'm excited. I can actually get Halloween decorations and fucking decorate a house. I'm excited. I have a few little ideas, nothing crazy. Like, I want the jelly window stickies. I haven't had those in so long. I want the jelly window stickies, and there's just like a little wind blower, like pumpkin head guys at Dollar General that I want. Just like simple little things. I want to have purple and orange lights around the porch and stuff. Like, you know, I'm really excited. I'm so excited for Halloween this year. And especially now that the wedding's over, like, I feel like, I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. This is the most festive that I have felt for Halloween in a really long time. And I'm excited. I'm excited to make some, like, a little bit of Halloween content for the channel also. So I told you this one was going to be really short. It's just a little 2.0 episode because I didn't get to film anything in Gatlinburg, which I hate, but it was a wedding week. It was fucking stressful. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, but I'm ready to put everything into this now. Man, I haven't felt like this excited for creativity in a long time, and I have a lot of hope. So, bubble exit for the episode. Woo! I had these at my wedding because it was loosely inspired by Labyrinth. Woo! As the world falls down, as the world falls down. I don't know if the bubbles can get on the flame. Okay, I'll see you in episode 3. As the world falls down.